Morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday morning. Happy Friday morning. I hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. I hope that you guys woke up on the right side of the bed. I hope guys understand this TGIF, man. I mean, the weekend's here. So before we get into it, today's really not about politics, drama, anything like that. It's about, some real tragedies going on in the world, current events, topics that everybody should really be worried about or really know what's going on. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm really confused. So before we get into that, from this, I think it's Epidemic Sound. They have this royalty-free music. There's a heck of an artist on here, man. Named the song's "Champion" by Wichita Slim. A little motivational for the morning. Come on, guys, wake up.
Then at it, feel me? I'm glad to be in that position because everything is broken.
Every time I elevated something to celebrate. John Jones, I went to heavyweight on these featherweights, but I ain't backing down, I'ma take the weight up another plate. Leave nothing but crumbs, that's how you eat, let me demonstrate. Decade in the game, I ain't lost a step, I just up the pace. Watch them up the pay, I put in the reps and pick up the chase. Then add up the balance, but we ain't even no miles away. It ain't just a talent, I took the challenge and walked the craze. Fell a couple times, but I got back up with some saving grace. Definitely leader, a pastor still need a preacher. Talk to me when I'm shallow, lend a lens to see deeper, closer in to see higher up. That's too much for the speakers, but ain't much for the thinkers. Clouded, I rush to the lower end to see what's in the deeper. Found a message to send itself with much younger and eager. Keep your youth and maintain your health, cause the future is trouble. But you made for the struggle, and you born with the hustle. Any imagery less than greatness, erase it and double down on your first mind. I come from the worst kind, made life before I found shine. No chain, it was all grind. I'm him and they wanna dim, but my lumen's way off the chart. I'm human, I can't admit, but my spirit up with the stars. I'm clear as I ever been. This feeling won't never end. They watching, I notice, but it ain't knocking the focus. I'm highest and hottest, but I still be cold. I'm a champion, I'm a win, I know. I'm a grind for mine, they can't stop me, no. If I die, it's fine, cause I live to show that it can be done. I'm a champion, I'm a champion. I'm a win, I know. I'm a grind for mine, they can't stop me, no. If I die, it's fine, cause I live to show that it can be done. I'm a champion, I'm a champion. Life been so crazy, I can't do nothing but look high. This is just like I prayed, but ain't like I thought. On my way and sitting in my zone while they plotting out my grave. I'm plotting my next stop out state, getting that pay. I kept it true, I can't say how they played. I'm just gonna state what I knew and thank God I got grace. Grace for my years I've been putting in that pain. The bounce back insane, the build up took time, but wiped up the stains. I'm mic'd up as live, tap in, let's get gains. It ain't no more would did or should did. I got too much right now to brain. That's all I know and all I live for. All trying to stop my show. The 14 years ain't stopping till it's round the world and back again and back again and back again and back.
And back again and back again and back again and back again. What is the deal, people? Jen and Barrett, good morning. Steven, my good friend. I've been sick. It's been crazy, man. There's a lot been going on in the world. Lee Lance, Miss Lance, be safe driving. They got a lot going on, man. Shout out to them. They're making some big moves. I don't want to get into it. Hey, they could be going to a state fair. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. But, before I get started, I would like to take a moment of silence for everybody at Brown University, for the people, the NASCAR driver who was killed in that, him and his family, who was unalived in that plane accident. It's just, these are the times when you cover this stuff in a way that make people understand that this is really a tragedy, loss. It's sad, man. It really is, So for a moment of silence, just for them. Anyway, so what's going on in the world? We have a lot. One of the main things going on is this Brown thing, man. I mean, the guy's 48 years old. They caught up with the guy. He was in a locker room. He thought he was going to get out of a storage container. He goes into a school. He does his thing. Despite the fact that you have a school, a college who has an $8 billion. You know, these guys do these shows and they talk, oh, politics, and I'm going to do a show on politics, and I'm going to talk, and you know, these guys don't know what they're talking about. They don't know their age from or whatever. But when you have a school that gets an $8 billion endowment a year, and they don't have any cameras where that thing went, the fact that with today's technology, it took this many days to catch this guy. You know, I know it's an investigation, but this guy he was getting away. This guy wasn't sitting around like the Brown shooting guy. They think he might have done the MIT guy. You know, this guy was on some groundbreaking. The MIT guy was doing groundbreaking studies and found all this stuff about some new form of fuel that would like cost so less and last so much longer. But, you know, as all things come to an end. Good morning, rabbits. I don't know what happened to this guy, but, you know, somebody unalived him too. And I think it was the same guy. But, you know, they wound up finding a guy and he was stuck in the storage unit and then he did something to himself. It's the way this always plays out, man. Like I always say, even in life, if you are someone who brings that kind of disrespect, trauma, and disrespect to others, I mean, that's really what's going to come back at you. Especially not just the internet, anything you do in your life, you put the bad out, you're going to attract that bad. And eventually you're going to have to pay for what you do. But this guy took a coward way out. And look, you know, yeah, he did. He didn't want to go to jail and face the facts. He was able to hurt other families and tear them apart, but yet he could just hurt himself. And then everything was over and done with. But to me, I feel like people are not really seeing what's really going on. I mean, you have a college with an $8 billion endowment, and they don't have cameras. The security system, they didn't even know what was going on. They were asking the public that, okay, can you help us solve this crime? You know, it's a tragedy, and it's sad, and it's nothing to make fun of or make light of. But, you know, at the end of the day, what people should really realize is it comes down to your faith. It comes down to your family. It comes out to what you're willing to do and where you're willing to go. Because any one of us could be put in that situation any given time. So if God forbid that were to happen, would anybody here be ready to go meet your creator? Or would you think you'd have some things to take care of? Do you think you need to pray? Do you think you need to right some wrongs? I mean, I don't know. I think it's you know, I'd like to know what people think. And I think that other people should realize that, you know what, who even cares? Because everybody gets dealt with. And you know what? I'm not the world's police. Neither you guys. God deals with everybody. As long as you don't carry yourself in a way to where you become the judge and jury, because that leads to a crazy, crazy life, man. And for these people, especially for anybody, all of us out here, especially if you're a parent, man, I think you should like hug your kids and you know, oh my bad. Hug your kids, man, a little tighter tonight. Really. Yeah, let's shift it up because that's a touchy topic, man. It really is. I mean, especially when, you know, we know a lot of speculation. We don't even know the full story yet. Plus, all the fast news spreads, man, before the facts. So you have to really do your research, find out what news outlet's going to tell you the right story, because a lot of it's fake, and they give you the wrong information. So people are jumping out of the window, making judgment calls, and saying stuff that is really not accurate at the moment, and that leads to misinformation, disinformation, speculation, hyperbole, and people just acting like they know something that they don't. You know, I mean, it's a little crazy to me. So now the North Carolina incident, that was something a little bit different. Like I said, I'm still reading about that too, but what I do know is that his wife, his child, I forget somebody else was with him on that, you know, well, obviously the pilot. And I heard that they were doing a turnaround. They were flying the plane around and they were doing like they were trying to get back to the runway. Something was going on, and I guess as they tried to get back, the plane descended, and therefore now you have a tragedy and devastation. And we sit at home, and these people sit up here on this internet and make it about them and how bad their lives are, when there's people really, really going through trauma. This is the rest of their lives, man. This guy was matter of fact, let me just read you this article. I was just reading this today. Here it is right here. It says title. This right here is a clipping. It says former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, his family were unalived in Statesville plane, I think it was North Carolina. Statesville plane crash, officials confirm. Now, I didn't even notice today. I thought there wasn't that many people, but they're saying right here, this is published, there were 7 people unalived, and it was a Thursday morning plane crash. So what I'm going to do is read you some more. So what we have right here for the incident with the race car driver was former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle. I hope I'm saying it right. May him and his family rest in peace, and whoever else was on board. And his immediate family died unalived in a plane crash in Iredell County on Thursday morning, officials confirmed Thursday afternoon. Biffle was one of 7 people who were unalive when a small plane crashed at Statesville Regional Airport at around 10:15 a.m. on Thursday, December 18th. The North Carolina State Highway Patrol said Thursday afternoon. Now, from what I was reading and what was reported, what they were saying was that Darren, my brother, I was sick for a week, bro. I'm just up here just doing some current topics. But real quick, the guy him and his family were headed to Florida, I guess, for vacation and to get, for the holidays, for the warmer weather. And, God rest her soul. It's a shame, man. Everybody, Darren's in the house. That's big bro right there. Great guy, man. Great guy, man. I wish he lived closer because me and him would be doing lives like crazy, having fun. But he don't even like to come up here like this because he's a real guy that don't need a headache in his life. And they say, look, it was not immediately clear who else was unalived in the crash, but the Highway Patrol said Biffle's immediate family members were believed to be on board. He was married to Christina Gracio, and had 2 children, a 5-year-old son and a 14-year-old daughter. Biffle shared his 14-year-old daughter with his ex-wife, Nicole Launders. It's believed Biffle and Gracieux and his 2 children were on the plane Thursday, and they were all unalived. It was immediately known who else was aboard the plane at the time of the crash. So it was 4 of them. I'm sure you had a flight attendant. I'm sure you had 2 pilots, or I don't know how that works out. Maybe 2 flight attendants, 1 pilot. But at the end of the day, it was sad. And my heart and my prayers go out to these people because I just couldn't imagine, So, Lee Lynch, while you're here, maybe I know you're driving and stuff, but let me ask you something because I've heard this before. I mean, I've been to North Carolina. I drove, but my nephew played for Coastal. But let me ask you something. Is it really that bad? Like, I know the storms and all that, but is it sometimes harder for an estate like there than for the aviation, man? Because I hear that a lot. That's what they were talking about. A lot of flights man, that's crazy. My heart goes out to these guys. I mean, it's just like the whole family. Like, what's the chances of that? I mean, they all went together, and it's sad. Like, how could you even try to wish or say anything? You can't do anything like that because it's not. I guess it's not Hold on, guys. Now, Steven, I'm going to get back to you. I'm just reading your message now because you don't even know. Look, I came on here today because I was feeling a little bit better and I wanted to, are you at Walmart? Okay. But I don't know. This is something that I've never seen. I've never heard. And later on today, I'm going to stop by there again and see, because this is ridiculous and it should never happen like that. But we're going to get to the bottom line of it. If I didn't get sick, I would have been doing on it. But no, the thing with the web page should be done. The thing that was holding me up is right here. Look, I'll show you guys. I just got the email today. Look, the EIN number. That's what I'm waiting on. So I'm just trying to get everything together and dealing with other things too. But this tragedy is sad. And if everybody could, just find it in your heart to say a prayer for them, And we got to slow down before we read, because there was a lot of other things that were said that I would never even repeat. It's just crazy, man. It really is. So listen, this is the part where people stop listening, this little time frame into the show, because I've been doing my YouTube Academy. It's like that. Says, look, stay with me for a minute. I feel like that you don't have to like people to talk about certain policies. And why I think this move matters, this next topic, what Trump did with the marijuana, it's not about liking Trump. It's not about if you're looking, and it's not about Republican, Democrat. What it is now scheduling it from a Schedule 1, where it was still scheduled as cocaine. It was scheduled the same as meth. I mean, I'm a cannabis user. I use it not just for recreation. I use it medicinal. It helps me out a lot with my pain and mental. And to be honest, I feel that the research they're going to be able to do from here. Bambi, good morning. Good to see you in here. Steve Easy, my brother. How you doing, man? So as soon as I get off here, I'll have Steven, I'll have the EA number. I'm going to fill all that out, finish the rest of that form. There's so much been going on. But this Trump thing, once they have all the scheduled, look, you know how hard it is to research medicinal when it comes to whatever you want to call it. It's like, I'm trying to say everything right here because they scrutinize everything I say here, man. And I'm demonetized for praying and putting God in a hashtag. What they do is, look, they'll be able to take the plant, study it, have more research, more funding, more ways to, well, you have to definitely probably exhaust every measure of treatment. So you have the CBD version, you have the cannabinoids, you have THC, every different strokes, different folks. You have indica, you have hybrid, you have sativa. Everything is different for everybody. There's so much that they're finding. Like, there's studies now that are showing that even the mushroom plant is helping people get off of drugs. They're using that now. They're starting to implement that. They're using marijuana for some treatment in certain states, mostly California sober states. Is Darren out of here? That's my dog, man. I know. They changed it. And now, hey, Steve Easy, it's crazy? Now you can order that all over the internet, man. You can have that kind of cannabis sent right to your house, man. You can get whatever you want now, because that's something in the THCA versus THC. Like, once the lighter hits it, it becomes THCA. But this research, it's going to open up a lot of doors. I mean, it's, they said the biggest thing was, oh, well, and these Republicans, these guys are supposed to support Trump or don't, or these Democrats that do or don't. It's like, stop making it about policy. I mean, stop making it about politics and keep it policy. Like, let's all get on the page for it. Look, The American people got to stand up. Stop blaming the politicians. We vote these knuckleheads in, and then they get in here and do what they do. I don't have no problem with the president's doing that. People know that. I never wish Biden harm, nor did I ever bash the dude. That's just not something I do. You shouldn't do that to your president. But at the end of the day, if this research can save lives, just look at the kids. Look at the kids that have 30 seizures a day. I knew a woman. I will never say names or anything, but she was from Jersey. I met her through a friend. Her son was about 3 or 4 years old. Up until then, he got introduced and somebody made something for him, a little drop of some things. And trust me, man, they were putting their career and everything on the line for that. But this kid went from, I believe it was 30 some seizures a day at 2 years old, or even in infancy, he was still a toddler, to nothing with one drop. Now, whether it's CBD, whether it's, THC, if there's research that can be done, expand that research and, get people to invest more money and to maybe allocate more money to said institutions that will dissect the right way and make it available for people who need it. I think that's a great thing. I don't know what the backlash or whatever it is with that, because they're worried about kids and they're worried about addiction. But one of the doctors said yesterday, which I thought was unbelievable, was one of the doctors said, well, yes, damn right, Steve Easy. I wish you could hear this applause, Steve. It pisses me off. I know you can't hear it, but it's on. Hold on. I wish you could hear that applause. That's awesome. Steve, you said it right. But at the end of the day, man, people always make it about it. Look, how many guys went to jail? I know a dude that did 20 years for marijuana. I'm not saying he wasn't, he was a big time dude. So he should have done whatever by the guidelines and what he got caught with. But I think it's ridiculous, man. I think that I don't drink, so I don't really worry about alcohol. I mean, I make wine, but I feel like cannabis done correctly in the right way is beneficial and can help a lot of people. And, I just think it's a great thing to talk about, especially the benefits. I mean, how many people are out there that couldn't walk and had so much pain and were taking so many pills a day, and now they can get a medical card and have benefits, even, cancer patients. I mean, it's just so many benefits. I'm not saying, okay, go out and roll 30 blunts, go stand on the corner and act like an idiot. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is I believe that what he did with the reschedule of marijuana is a good thing. But I do hope, what's up with everybody doing for the weekend, man? What's going on? Steven, I'm going to text you when I get out of here, when I get done. Because I think I even bought insurance on that. So there's something wrong with that. And I know I wrote the address down and everything, so. But look, I feel like we covered some stuff today. It's hard, man. It's got a lot going on in my life. But I wanted to come on here because I told you the only thing that stopped me from being here Monday and Wednesday was being sick. Yeah, and if you stayed to the end, I appreciate it, man. So put all inked up in the comments, and we're going to get on that. And I sent Steven a shirt, and it still didn't even get there yet. So she was so nice. She didn't even expose me or say anything. She messaged me, but I'm going to talk about me. But see, this is what me and Steven have that the post office forgot about. And no, I'm not going to show nothing, but I'll just show you this. I'll just show you this. Nothing. See that? Hold on, guys. So this is from the post office. We sent everything right, and they did us very dirty, but we will be handling that, and we'll be taking care of that. Steven's such a good friend, man. To be honest, I think of all the people on here that I've really come in contact with, she is probably one of the best. And I'm not just saying it because she's here. I'm saying it because she's proved herself to me at a time when, most of you did. A lot of you had my back. But I'm saying, like, she really went out of her way and sends me messages, checks up. And it means a lot, man. She's a good family woman, good wife, good mother, good daughter, good everything, man. She's good people, man. I'm really blessed to have you guys. All you guys, I tell you all the time, and I mean it. And you guys really make it possible for me to be here. Remember, folks, go look at my shorts for people who talk about the channel. You know, I hear people talking. I see some knuckleheads that were talking about me. I told you there's no response. The only response is these are guys that have been on here as long as me and still didn't crack 1,000 subs. And I've been demonetized and flagged and paused, and they've done anything. I probably would have been at 6,000 right now. But after next month, well, we're gonna get there. I think because it's Friday, we gotta switch it up a little bit, man. I think we do. So let me put this on. I think we need some of this. What do you think, Darren? Darren, it's for you. These damn headphones, man. Oh, there we go. Let's see now. There we go. I got it matches my shirt. My gangster lean hat. Darren, you love the hats. Hold on, I wrote something down. I can't find it. It doesn't matter because I can't find it. Man, they knocked me out again. Darren, have a blessed one. You too. Rehabilitated behavior. God bless, man. What's up? How you doing? So anyway, let's cover and let's just, recap what we went over today. What we went over today was for the Brown students and the MIT professor, our prayers go to them. When it comes to the NASCAR Bliff, I can't say his last name, and his family, our heart goes out to them. This channel's different, but you guys are always here, so I'll announce this. But I just want to let you know something. My channel will still always be Official Code TV, but one of the main things I'll be doing on here after the New Year's will be I am in the works of, it's what's taking me so long. I'm putting everything together. The clothing line, tattoos. I wrote a short little book on tattoos. It's not published yet. I'm trying to do everything now. Listen, I know. But I want to really start making this about tattoos, interviewing artists, talking about tattoos, having people come up here. I don't want to do what everybody else is doing, They stink, Lee. I don't know what's happened. But like, say if Lee's up here. Me and Lee been talking about it. Lee, when you coming up here? When are we gonna do an interview, bro? Let's start knocking that out. And we can incorporate my new idea. We'll do half the segment, real life, your story if you want, and then we could just do the other. Let's talk about tats, meanings, and all that. If you're down. Lee's another one, man. Like, that's a Tennessee cat, him and his wife. Listen, I see them on Facebook. They see my life, I see theirs, so we know we're real people. But even he said to me when I was talking to him on the phone one night, he's like, you ever come to Tennessee? I was like, bro, have you ever come to Philly? I mean that. Like, even though the people that don't like me and talk about me, make fun of me, man, like, what kind of man would I be, or what kind of message could I send you if I let any of that get to me? Like, let them talk. Who cares? You guys shouldn't either. Don't let nobody ever stop you from where you're going. Don't let nobody ever look. People are going to talk. People are going to hate. People are going to say stuff, accuse you of stuff. I always get accused of stuff I don't do. People lie on me my whole life. It is what it is. But I'm here still standing because I believe that the majority of my life I've done the right thing and I treated people right, you know? And I think when you have that, what the hell is that? Yeah, okay. No problem. It's just crazy, man. Like, why does this stuff sell so much? Somebody said it yesterday, like with the beef of 50 Cent and all that, everything he's doing. I understand it sells. I don't want to be in that lane. I just don't. I could do it. I could do it well. I don't want to be in that lane. Rehabilitated behavior. You've been here too, man. You know that I'm trying to be a good guy up here. That's the one thing. I'll never let you guys down. I told you when I come up here, I'll be a real individual. I'm not going to be up here being something fake. I either like me or you don't. And you have the right to do that. You have the same right to like, subscribe, and share this video. You have the right to change the channel. You have the right to say you don't like me. You have the right to whatever. Now, when you start lying about me, my character, my family, doesn't make me look bad. It makes you guys look bad. See, Jen and Barrett, how about we do that? Are you down? Steven, how about you help me? Lance, everybody in here, let's do a live one night instead of game night trivia. I'll drop the link. We can have people come in. You got to show your face behind stage so I can see that it's you. And I won't put you on the screen. You can go back to Avatar and talk about tattoos, man. Like, or show your face, whatever. I want to see everybody get along. I want to see everybody come to a channel and a place where you could say, you know what? Yeah, it's a little entertaining. There's drama, whatever, but I don't want to hear that right now. I want to hear something positive. And that's what I aspire to do, to be, and to, you know, hopefully, Lord willing, God willing, keep going. You know, life's too short, man. You know, like this weekend, I got to get rocking. Steven, I'm going to be getting off here in a couple minutes. So when I get off of here, I'm going to call them again. And I would do it live, but I would never, then I have to give them a number, and I don't want to lead anything towards you. Steven's the best. When she sent me info, she was like, I know you're not going to give her a please be. I said, Steven, as soon, that's the thing. I don't even have her address them. Well, I have it on the picture, but I don't, even when she sent me, I erased it right away after I used it. That's just some like old habit and some old thing that I have going on. Another thing, big announcement. Well, not really. We didn't do too great this year with Make the Wish, but at least we're doing something. So what I'm going to do this year is we have 110 here. Sessa gave us 100, so that's 210, and I'll put probably a couple more dollars up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write whatever the check, 250 or whatever it comes out to be. And St. Wheels, there he is, Mike Ball, my brother. And you know what? Let me tell you something about Mike Ball. Mike, I understand now a lot more than I did when I first met you. When I watch you doing the politics thing, when I watch you doing your content, I understood it because, like, I thought I understood, but I understand you a lot more now, brother. Like, if you notice, Mike, this thumbnail I just did for this show, if you didn't know, that was inspired by you, bro. You're always putting that stuff all over. I use ChatGPT because I'm not great, but it was my idea. I told him what to put in there. So thank you, Mike, for being always being cool, man, and having my back. And my man Carlos, there's my dog. That's my brother. You know, Mike, I gotta somehow get your address because I want to send you a hoodie out there. You don't have to put it on the show whenever. I just want to give you a hoodie, man, for, you know, when I called you in the beginning, you Mike Ball, a lot of people don't know this. And this is how I know Mike's thorough. Because I know, like, he saw people bash me. There was people that may or may not have reached out to him before, and maybe try to whatever. He never got into that. He never judged me. He gave me some game. I didn't understand it back then. I do now. And just the fact that he was I'm not Mike. I lost all my contacts. I lost all my pictures of my mother, everything I had. That's why I'm rebuilding. That's why I haven't texted you back. That's why I haven't reached out. But he's a solid dude, man. And to be honest, I think you're looking at a guy who is, I think the sky's the limit for him. The same way I believe it's for me. Now, I'm older, but me and Cuzzo have something coming up next month. He's going on Ian Bick, I think January 17th. I'm going up to Connecticut with him. Ian's got a big platform. He's a great kid, great guy. I say kid out of respect because I'm older than him. So the disrespect would be to me, not him. He's younger. The kid's got a nice story. And after that happens, even if it doesn't, like the platform is going to be mostly about tattoos. And what I want to bring to the table, I want to bring a platform where it's positivity and people could come and talk about your experience, man, what it is for, that tattoo on your arm, what the meaning is like. And when you have people like Mike Ball that you can look, it's weird. The guy's younger than me. He's like a mentor. It's no corny shit. I don't deride nobody, but when somebody's good at what they do and you see that potential, man, if I didn't learn anything in the street is to see people and see talent, and I had to put my life on hold for a long time, raised my kids, took care of my parents. No pity party. Many other people did it. But what I'm saying is this guy, man, come on, man. What you seen the guy filmed his own accident. If that ain't respect, I don't know what to tell you. He's got a successful show. So make sure you go over there, watch him. And he's just a cool cat. So I'm blessed to know him and have him stop by. So Mike, I do appreciate it, man. Hardwire, what's up? Hardwire's another good dude, man. I see he's getting into politics too. I'm going to do that around here, and I'm going to do it big, but I'm waiting for this pardon to come through. My pardon's been, the paperwork's been in for 5 years. I'm coming to the end now, and there's nothing nobody could do to intervene on that. Nobody could stop me because I earned it. 30 years later, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at code might be not a free man, but my record would be expunged to where, you're starting your life over, but doesn't matter. I lost gun rights. I used it. In PA, felons can vote. You just can't be on paper. That's a whole nother episode. I'd like to do one on them. But, this channel is going to be totally about positivity, more consistency, and the tattoo and this channel will go hand in hand, especially the clothing line, all inked up. You too, brother. Merry Christmas to all you guys, man. Hardwire, I like that. Look at Darren. He addressed you nice. I didn't see Sessa this morning. He's probably making a fried gabagool sandwich. But no, man, when you're a good person, Mike said that to me. He said, if you stay real, you stay good to the people. Sessa said the same thing. Carlos told me, hey, your day will come. It just took me a little bit longer because I did in the first year entertain a lot of nut crap and I was around knuckleheads, but I learned. And now what I think going forward is I like to do current events. Look, I told you before I could do biker talk, TV and all that, but I couldn't do it from a way that, look, when you lived a life that I have, and I ain't saying anything that I'm this super bad dude or crazy. Oh, no, what I'm saying is being around people that trusted you and the stories, I just don't feel like they should be told, man. It's something you keep to the heart. And if that's the lane, the only lane you can make a lane for yourself, then maybe you shouldn't be on here because you just think of a different topic, because there's so much other stuff, especially tattoos. I'm going to start doing content on tattoos. It's going to be crazy, man. Like and then it's going to go from the book should be done next month. It's only a small little book, 13 chapters. It's a tattoo meaning book. And, my author name is Mike Pace. That's my mother's maiden name. So I think after that, everything will coincide. Right now, I'm finishing when I get off here. I have to make some changes to the webpage, and people could start going on there, ordering stuff as early as either today or Monday, one of those days. There he is. Sess is here. He heard me talk about the gabagool sandwich. But no, like, Sess is like a big brother. I got to make him proud. They can talk all the crap they want about him. That dude's a funny dude, man. He's hilarious. He said to me yesterday, because I had food poisoning, me and my son, we had some of the, I was going to do content on that, but I said, you don't want to hear about that. So me and my son were sick. We were throwing up. We had some bad mozzarella shredded cheese. And I told Seth that was telling me about the times when people were sick. And he said, man, I don't get that because I fry that crap up and then I put all that hot stuff on there. It kills everything. And I was thinking, I was like, he's right. I mean, if you want to be safe, if you got meat at home or anything, man, fry that crap up, throw some hot sauce on that B, and I think it'll be good to go. Salmonella, what? But let me tell you something. I was throwing up and crapping for 30 hours straight. Not to be nasty, but it was the worst feeling in the world. I go sweats, man. I couldn't breathe. It was bad. But I got through it. Just like mostly everything else in life, man. You just got to keep fighting. Don't give up the fight. Everybody ready for Christmas, man? I am. I mean, I still have shopping to do, but you'll be seeing Christmas Eve, man. We're having a bash here at my house, so there's a lot of people coming. I got some characters are going to be here Christmas Eve. Just say that. Gabagoo. Gabagoo. Yeah. Says it. She look at Jen and Barrett. She said, I know the word gabagoo. Hey, say what you want about the Sopranos, man. All these people say, oh, it wasn't real. It wasn't, it was fake. It was a glorified crew. Listen, everybody on Sunday night, HBO, people just put it this way. When that was playing before all the streaming services, everybody had a subscription to HBO. Nobody wanted to miss an episode of Sopranos, just like Oz, all that stuff, man. There was some crazy stuff. There she goes, Steven. Steven, don't worry. I'm sending you something else. Don't worry about that. I definitely got to make up for that thing. Just it pees me off because the post office is really just not about their job. They just don't care. But I do got to get bouncing and rocking what it is. They say, Italians say gabagool. We don't say gabagool. It's gabagool. It's really spelled C-A-P, Capicola. So it's C-A-P-I-C-O-L-L-A. Steven's funny. So it's really Capicola, Jen and Barrett. It's not even a G in there. It's C. C-A-P. I think it's C-A-P-P-I-C-O-L-L-A. So it's not even with a G in it. The only G stands for OG. And I sent her a shirt. I have everything. I paid in shorts and all. And I sent it to her. I can look at the date, Steven. I don't have to. I could share the date. I'm not gonna share nothing else. But hold on. And where do you see this? I sent it on the 4th, 12/4, and she still didn't get it. Hot ham. Yeah, Capicola. I think, is that how you spell it? Something like that. I thought it was an I, but I was probably wrong. But I think it's A at the end. Capicola. But it is good. I just really don't eat a lot of pork anymore. I haven't. I haven't ate supersod, any of that stuff. Man, it's been a while now, 6 months. And I just did it not for anything other than, I don't know. I just didn't have the taste for it. Like now it's going to be hard because on Christmas Eve, man. You know, 7 fishes. You have all kinds of prosciutto, superside. You know, all that stuff comes out on Christmas Eve. So stay tuned, man. We're gonna have some fun. I hope you guys do too. I don't know what you guys are doing for the rest of the day or the weekend, but I hope you guys really do have a good one. He said we put that shit on everything. Damn crap, damn right. Oh, it is Darren? See, that's my dog. Darren heard Copy Cole. He said, hold on, I gotta answer this. Darren, I know. I just stopped eating it because it is the shoulder and the neck. The reason why I stopped eating it, I was just like, you know what, man? I had it one day, I ate it, and I had a weird taste. And I just stopped. I said, man, I got to get off this because it's supposed to be really not that good for you. But, I mean, if you say that to an Italian, that's kind of disrespect. He said, I got that from Google. Google Cola, Capicola. No, but it's great. And so what I'll do is I'm going to have somebody come on one night and talk about ink, tattoos, and then we'll just have some of the people in the chat, or maybe people want to jump up and talk about tattoos, meaning, you know, that's what it's all about, man. Keeping the community strong, positive, everything in moderation. I know, Gin and Barrett, when I tasted it, I just could not, I don't know, because I do what Sessa does. Look, he's cooking long. What I tell you, look, guys, long hots and eggs on everything. Yo, like I said one day, I'm going to get a tattoo. I know, Mike, you got a bunch of tattoos, don't you? Or no? I thought you had tattoos. I know that's probably a joke. But listen, Sessa. Oh, he didn't get one yet? Wow, Mike, I thought you had a couple. Yeah, they did that to us too, Darren. And then I learned it. Man, I don't believe it. I don't know. Is Mike, he's stringing me along here? I don't know. I could have swore he had tattoos. It's not like I look at guys like that, so I really can't. I know. I knew you were, man. Yo, look how he said I'm pulling your leg. Mike, you're the man, bro. I appreciate that. No, he is a good dude, man. Go check him out. He's coming on 11 o'clock. And thank you for stopping by, all you guys, man. It means a lot, because let me tell you something. I was beat down for days since Sunday. And Sunday was my mom's her birthday. So, you know, it was crazy, man. She would have been 84. Like, this is the first Christmas without my parents. So it's this whole year, even since my father died, it's been very emotional, man. But when you got good friends and good people like you guys, man, and family that have your back no matter what, you can get through anything, man. And if I keep pushing this message the way that I do, and, you know, everybody soon or later will come around. What are you going to make then, Jenna Barrett? Steven's laughing. Lee Lance said, I don't have any. Lee, I'm sure you got them too, bro. I have one big one from here. It goes all the way around. Look at this, people. 18 people. Thank you, man. Hit that like button if you want. I didn't show any videos on here today because, listen, even the song that I played at the beginning is royalty copyright free music. So what they'll do is, as soon as the show goes over, they'll send me a thing where they'll say, oh, your video cannot be used monetized anymore, or even though I'm not monetized. And then they'll say, oh, the owner will privatize or make money off the video. But then I send them an email back and let them know it's free, and then they take it off again. This is what I have to go through because I talk about faith. I talk about God. But it's cool. It's all cool. Because, you know, maybe on here, politics and faith should be left for the channels about politics and faith. But I'm always going to say God bless, say that, you know, sign of the cross once in a while. I'm just, you know, as far as, I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable, man, you know, and, You know, people, it's not about, oh, it's your channel, do what you want. Yeah, it's your channel, do what you want, but there's some people that might not be down with it to that extent. You got to respect that, man. It's one thing I learned watching Mike Ball too. Like, he doesn't put himself in a box. Like, that's one thing I've learned, even over this last 6 months. Like, I've learned a lot on what direction, you know, even going through my grief, I was planning what to do here next. Even though I have this little soundboard, Mike, I can't get any sound effects working. I don't know. I have applause, all this stuff. Like, nothing works. I can hear them, but nobody else can. I must have hooked something up wrong. You're right, Mike. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I slowed down on. I used to pray a lot more before every show and do all that. And the reason why I don't want to, you know, that's why distinctively today when I talked about what Trump signed, you know, the declare, you know, the scheduling of the marijuana, you know, like I said, there's no politics about that. This is not about Republican, Democrat. This is about research, you know. 7th, yeah, Mike. You know, I tell you what, the next tattoo I'm getting is probably gonna be in February when the tattoo convention comes here. I'm gonna get my mom and dad's portrait on my side, a big piece, and you know, go from there. But I know Mike's getting ready to come on, and I got a lot of stuff to do. I appreciate all of you for coming by, man. Hit that like button. Go check out Mike Ball, Insane Wheels. Most of you guys already are there. You know Mike, but if you don't, go check him out. He's got great content. He covers biker news, politics. He covers it all in a way that's, you know, the way it should be done. The way I'm inspired to be. I'm trying to. If you notice, I'm doing this show in a different approach. I'm trying to, you know, I just got to learn all the stuff Mike knows how to do. Like, I got to learn how to put the videos up at the same, like he just edit all that stuff. But I'll get there, you know, just one day at a time. And I don't say that as a reference to the program. I say that as literally in my life, it's got to be one day at a time. So stay blessed, not stressed. Let God handle the rest, man. I hope you guys have a blessed weekend. If you're out in this weather on the East Coast, it's bad out here. Be careful. If your family's coming in, I hope they all have safe journeys. This is Christmas, man. Let's not forget, if you are a faith person, this is the biggest day of the year for us, you know? So I hope everybody has a blessed day. I hope your families have a good weekend, man. And remember one thing, you're only as good as the last time you were nice to somebody. Because if you go your whole day and you're miserable to people, it don't mean crap, man. You're only as good as what you put out. If you put out bad, you're not good. If you put out good, you're good. Steven, I'll hit you up a little bit. God bless everybody. I'll see you back on Monday. Don't go stopping us now.